The video I'm about to make is me carving a pumpkin for Halloween.
A warm welcome to the channel, Northworthy Sagas and Stories.
We will be dealing with sagas, stories and poetry, telling myths, tales of the gods and goddesses, and the cosmic forces that they dealt with. We will be telling legends of mighty mortal heroes from famous dynasties and all of their adventures.
Right, where's my dinner? Go on, Olaf. I want my Viking dinner, please. I want beef, I want lamb, I want a horn of mead, and I want some cheese and bread. And some turnips. Haha, not really. But today, this is an unusual video, as I put my sea axe in its sheath. Today's video is something I have never done before on camera. And you may be asking yourself, well Bragi, why are you sat down in this video? Well today, the video I'm about to make is me carving a pumpkin for Halloween. I have never in my life carved a pumpkin. And I have a few tools. I have a utility knife for cooking with. I have two sharp sea axes. And in my bag, my leather sack, I have another knife, a larger one for cutting off the top. Again, these sea axes are very nice. And somehow I don't think I'm going to be able to stab that one into the table. You should probably never go around stabbing your table. You'll get told off by your wife, your girlfriend or your mum and dad. But me being me, my table, I can do what I want with it. So for the first time in my life, I've never, ever, I'm going to carve a pumpkin. I've never carved one before. This will be quite a journey. But let's talk about pumpkins as I fetch the pumpkin up. Pumpkins are quite an unusual veg. But why do we carve pumpkins at Halloween? Well, it goes back to the Celts and the Irish, when at this time of year they celebrate the festival of Samhain. Now in the old days, in the days of the Celts, and the days of the later Irish, they used to carve turnips. And when the Irish went to America and they discovered this, they started to make demonic faces out of pumpkins instead of out of turnips. And at some point in the future, for another video, when I can find the most massive turnip I have ever seen in my life, I will buy one and we will have an attempt at making a turnip lantern. And the reason why, you know, they make them out of demonic faces is to scare away the spirits. And this has been done on generations and generations. And certainly in Britain, in England, and Scotland, and Ireland, and Wales, Halloween has taken on much more of a bigger theme and a bigger event on our timetable, and we celebrate it more. Personally, I think we should celebrate Guy Fawkes Night more. Because they do say that Guy Fawkes was the last decent person to enter Parliament. But that, haha, boom boom, is an old joke. So the first thing you should do when you get a pumpkin, and I got a bowl, because I'm going to make another video where I'm going to have an attempt in my kitchen to make pumpkin soup today or tomorrow. But that is another video and another story. But to say the first thing you must do is you get a pen and you draw the demonic face. Now I've got a bit of a scruffy bit at the back, so that's going to be the back, and this is going to be the front, and it's going to have a nose, and I'm going to be using authentic Viking tools and weapons for this. So we'll have a nose, we'll have pointy eyes, and it's not the biggest pumpkin in the world. I was a little bit late for organising this. And yes, this was filmed in 2023. Whether it'll be out this year or next year, we'll have to wait and see. And then I'm going to draw the face I think we're going to draw around the top first of all, where I'm going to go around the top. And this may be a fail, because like I said, I've never carved one before. This is a completely new experience for me, and it will be quite interesting. So far I've got this. I don't know, perhaps I put the eyes too high up. Too high up. Yeah, the jokes keep coming. And then we're going to get the mouth. We're going to have a smooth mouth at the bottom. And then jagged teeth, I think, going along. And I'm using a pen so I know roughly where I'm carving. And that will be what the pumpkin will hopefully look like. And then in another video in a live stream, I'm going to smash this pumpkin up with a Dane axe. It'll be pumpkin versus Dane axe. Who do you think will win that fight? Do you think the pumpkin will win best over a Dane axe? Or do you think the Dane axe will just obliterate it? So the first thing you do, and we're going to have a go at this knife, or sea axe, is to carve the top off. No, it's a bit blunt. I need to sharpen that. So we'll try this. Like I said, I've never done this before, so it's going to be a fascinating experience. And the reason why I'm doing it is because it's a suggestion from my lovely girlfriend, who's not too well at the moment, so please, in the comments, wish her well. So you can see there, I've kind of carved the top off. In fact, I've got to do a little bit more this side because I've gone a bit wonky. Make sure I get the right edge. I don't want to cut myself either, because that'll be most embarrassing on camera. Now, something quite amazing happened today. I was at work, and I went after work. I sometimes go and have a beer, and I was stood by the bar, and this guy came in with a little beard under his chin and long hair, and all the way down his neck and his arms he had rune tattoos. Well, I thought to myself, this guy is a Viking. Because if he got rune tattoos, then he's definitely got some connection to the Vikings. So I said to him, I like your rune tattoos, mate. So are you a Viking by chance? And he said, yes, I am. And then he asked me a question, because I said, I'm a Viking too. And you can find me on YouTube dressed as a Viking, which he was quite interested in. And he said, well, how far back in history can you trace your family? Well, I said, well, about, 800-900 years, probably. And he said to me something quite amazing. He said, I am a relative of Ragnar Lothbrok. And he mentioned lots of great grandfathers. And his great grandfather, many, many times over, was indeed the mighty man that was Ragnar Lothbrok. And so I think on a day when you meet a relative of such a true legend, you know the gods are shining down on you. So the next stage of this pumpkin carving, as I told that little story, a true story that did happen to me, I'm going to try to go round with this knife and pierce the top. Now I didn't realise, I kind of forgot, because I never really eat pumpkin, that a pumpkin is hollow inside. And another thing I'll be doing is saving the seeds so that I can grow some pumpkins, hopefully with my lovely girlfriend. And next year next year we'll have our own pumpkins. So there's the top of the pumpkin that can go in there. And then you've got the insides. And I think I'm going to be having a go at this knife. And I've got one more knife in here just in case it doesn't quite work, but I've got a very sharp craft knife. Put that there. If you can see that, actually put it there. And then I've got a wooden spoon, and I hope this will work as I carve away the inside of the pumpkin. I hope I've got a flying seed. Oh, that had my eye out. Ooh. What is the craziest thing you've carved with a pumpkin? I did think to myself, well, how could you carve a Viking style pumpkin? But I never really got that far, really. So let's try to tip these out. Come on. Oh, look at all these seeds. I could grow dozens of pumpkins now. As I roll my sleeve up, I don't want to get my sleeve messy with a pumpkin. Like I said, in the next day, after I film this, I will be doing a live stream and I will be destroying this pumpkin with a Dane axe. And of course we're going to save the top, to use the top on the top so it kind of looks better. I don't know, can you have it upside down? I don't know. I think we'll do it in that style. Of course they wouldn't have used the pen, they may have used a bit of, you know, burnt wood. They didn't have pens or pencils back in the Viking times. Because they had ink and you could make a knife out of ink. I've got to put my hand inside now, it feels rather slimy. Ugh. And there's still a few more seeds in there. Now if you've got a really big pumpkin, I imagine you're going to have a rather thick wall segment. So you can carve your wall segment out a bit. In this case we're not going to do that. I don't really have any authentic metal spoons. Most of our spoons are made from wood. Plonk that in there. And if I'm lucky, I'll get to save some of the pumpkin that's mashed up, and then I'll turn that bit of pumpkin somehow into soup. But again, I've never made pumpkin soup. And that may turn out to be a right disaster, I don't know. But I do quite like the idea of carving a turnip next year. So I've now hollowed out the pumpkin. I'm going to throw the pen away, we don't need that in my life. And we're going to go to this knife, or axe, and try to carefully carve the nose. In fact I'm going to swap knives, which is not quite easy enough to do. Well, I'll have another go. Because I've never carved one of these before. So I'm a complete virgin when it comes to carving pumpkins. But I'm going to swap over and grab this one because this one's mega sharp. You have to be so careful. Look at that. This goes through it like butter. This is a craft knife. So I've carved the nose out. So next is the wonky eyes. Got to be so careful. Oh yeah, this is so sharp, this knife. It used to belong to a very good friend of mine and a good friend of the channel called NorthworthySagas. If any of you old subscribers may remember Tetto, who's sadly no longer with us. He's now in Valhalla with Anglo-Saxon, having some right good mead, and he's probably having a duel right now with Egil. So that's that segment. I did go a little bit too far in the cut then. So I'm going to carve the mouth now. This is the most delicate bit of this job. I think the bottom of the mouth, because I made it plain and not so complicated, is going to be quite easy. But the next segment, with these jagged teeth, it's not going to be the most easiest thing in the world. But like a Viking, I'll have a go. That's all you can do. I wonder how you can get your pen marks off your pumpkin if you've got any left. I suppose you could use some chemical, or just grate your pumpkin perhaps. I've not really thought about that. But you can't have it all in life. It's going to be what it's going to be. And now I'm going to try to get the mouth out. There's a bit of it. I'm not too fussed about having soup with a bit of flavour of pen, because I've had worse things in my life. There's another bit, and that's the last bit. Now we're going to get the old lid. Come on, there we go. Put the lid back on, and now we have a carved pumpkin. Look at that, I've not even cut my hands. Wicked, as we used to say in the 1990s. So I hope that video has been entertaining to you, and that you may have learnt something then. And a happy Halloween! Hope you have some great fireworks and some really amazing food and mead. And it does make you think how a Viking would celebrate Halloween. Of course we didn't have Halloween in our festivals, But in the modern world, we have modern Vikings, and we have Halloween. And of course, you wipe your knife on your trousers or your tunic, because it can always be washed. As I rub my head, well, it's because I wear a wool hat and it gets itchy, scratchy head. There you go. How to carve a pumpkin. And I hope that's turned out to be okay. I know you're probably not seeing it because of the bowl. Something I could have learned, but hey ho, you can't learn everything and you can't see everything. But I think that's been fascinating myself. And I'm glad I did it. Surround the pumpkin with knives. Get rid of the old spoon. And there we go. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween. Lots of meat and lots of pumpkins. Undermine your pumpkins get thrown away each year, and they don't make soup out of them. Oh, isn't that a shame? You could be eating soup made from pumpkins. Hey, 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 hey. Don't know why I sung the song then, but I thought I did have to do. Until the next time we meet again, please share this video. Please, I'll sharpen this. Please give it a like, share it with your friends, and have a great and happy, safe Halloween and bonfires night, wherever you may be on Middle Earth, planet Earth. Goodbye. Goodbye. Ooh, my legs. Ooh, ah.
Welcome to Northworthy Sagas and Stories. Please watch our videos and feel free to leave a comment. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.